Hello and welcome to tonight's news. These are the headlines. Pioneering efforts to boost food sovereignty, strategic crops developed in the south using Sonatrach's expertise. And a major drug bust in Betna, over 1.4 million pregabalin tablets seized, 3 arrested in joint army and customs operation. No less than 50 Palestinians killed in successive airstrikes on central and southern Gaza, and Algerian television highlights the horror of the attacks and ongoing violations. Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's news. Algeria is stepping up its drive towards achieving food sovereignty with a clear, focused strategy. In particular, the southern regions expected to play a key role in producing various types of seeds to support the national needs and objectives. In line with the vision, the Sonatrach Group has launched major initiatives through its agriculture and food activities, investing successfully in farming projects across 4 southern provinces.
On the way of becoming self-sufficient and ensuring food security, large-scale farming in our Great Desert is a project that is already successful even before it started. The goal of helping big national companies invest in large farming projects has become real. Sonatrach, through its agriculture and food company, is working on 26,000 hectares of land. They are growing soft and durum wheat, barley, oil seeds and animal feed. These projects are in 4 large farming zones in the provinces of Adrar, Wirgla, Tugurt and Saida. This important national farming project uses 120 kilometers of power lines, 81 artesian wells and 56 irrigation systems. The results are very good and show the success of the work done on the ground. This season we grow 3 main crops, durum, wheat, soft wheat and barley, using careful fertilization and irrigation based on the needs of the plant. The company is focusing on several key areas, especially seeds. Choosing the right seed types is very important for our work. We choose them after talking with the seed cooperative and the Directorate of Agricultural Services. We had a very high yield this season, over 60 quintals per hectare. Our company uses very advanced machines for harvesting, planting and other farm work. This success is thanks to the good natural condition in the desert, which help grow important crops on large areas. Agriculture and food companies support this work with full technical studies. These studies help make sure to produce a lot and get high returns. Careful and deep studies help us to do our work in a precise and correct way. This season, the total area of important crops in this province is over 8,000 hectares. We also have 7 storage centers in Hassi Abdallah municipality. We have more than 350 neighborhood storage facilities. Each one can hold 50,000 quintals. This is smart policy to make sure we have food security. Algeria's plan to reach self-sufficiency and food sovereignty is to farm 3 million hectares of important crops like wheat and barley. There are also model farms to grow oil seeds. The aim is to control the whole production process while also growing crops in the desert.
And one of the standout success in Algiers' industrial investment, the Zahana cement factory in the province of Mascara, a strategic project meant to boost national self-sufficiency while enhancing export potential. And this thanks to its high-quality production and strict laboratory control.
With an annual production capacity of 1.5 million tons of cement and the launch of a second production line for clinker reaching 4,500 tons per day. These are figures achieved by the Zahana Industrial Complex in Maaskar province as part of a specialized strategy focused on laboratory processing to ensure the consistency and improvement of cement quality. Here in this laboratory, samples of various raw materials are weighed and analyzed using an X-ray device, ensuring they meet analytical standards and specifications. In 2024, the company obtained the ISO 901 quality certification, and we are now working to acquire the CE mark in 2025. This industrial complex, equipped with key infrastructure such as quarries and homogenization silo, is fully monitored using an advanced information and control system. All workshops, devices and machinery are operated and monitored from this control room. As mechanical engineers, we supervise the management and maintenance of the factory's automation system. In case of malfunctions, we intervene quickly to resolve this issue. This complex represents a cornerstone in achieving sustainable and economic development by improving both the quantity and quality of production.
And as part of sustained efforts to combat organized crime in all forms, specialized security services of the army, in coordination with Algerian customs, arrested 3 criminals yesterday in the military sector of Betina within the 5th military region. The operation led to the confiscation of tanker truck transporting a large quantity of psychotropic tablets, estimated at 1,499,550 tablets of pregabalin, 300 milligrams, as well as money estimated at 5,451,000 Algerian dinars. And this operation is part of ongoing efforts to eradicate the scourge of drug trafficking in our country, once again reflecting the high level of professionalism, vigilance and constant readiness of our armed forces across the national territory. And in the ongoing war of destruction on the Gaza Strip, the Zionist occupation continues its attack on different areas. 14 Palestinians were killed by the Zionist forces, while 8 distribution centers in Rafah were being targeted. In total, more than 50 people were killed and brought to hospital in Gaza over the past 24 hours. Our correspondent Wizaba Buzaid and Rania Al-Bahri.
Martyr, my son is a martyr. These were the words heard again and again. He is one of more than 130 people killed and 1,800 injured who arrived at hospitals in just 2 weeks, only because they tried to reach what are called aid distribution centers. But the truth is, these are places where death is being handed out one by one and all together in the name of giving help. Every day there are new martyrs. Every day we lose people just for food. I went with him to get flour for the children. I can't even afford 1 kilogram of flour. This father had just arrived at Shifa Medical Complex. He had just learned that his only son had been killed. The boy was the only brother to 5 sisters. A new painful chapter started for the father, one that will stay with him for the rest of his life. 5 girls, and he was my only boy. May God have mercy on him. His mercy is better than anything. A 17-year-old boy like him, what did he do? He was innocent. He was the only boy in the family. For over 3 months now, the siege on Gaza has grown even worse. The blockade from the air, land and sea has become too strong. Deadly boats and warships of the occupation are even stopping aid ships. One of them was the Madeleine, which had people on board trying to show support. It was blocked from reaching Gaza. This displaced child was waiting at the port. I came to Gaza port to wait for the Madeleine ship, but sadly it didn't arrive. I had hoped it would help set us free so we could live a normal life. It's true, the Solidarity ship couldn't reach Gaza shores, but its message was loud and clear to the world. This blockade must end. The night of the occupation must be broken, no matter how strong their army is.
To Morocco now, where the Mahzen policies are just deepening the suffering of the people who are enduring harsh living conditions and daily home demolitions.
In Morocco and in Udaya city and its forgotten edges, protests grow as communities are torn apart and sudden Mahzen orders again demolished homes and seized ancestral lands, erasing generations of heritage. They all ask for their right. They condemn the destruction of their homes and the theft of their ancestors' houses. We used to grow plants in our land and live on that. Now we have nothing left. We're surprised how the people from Udaya are always neglected and with no right. We're living in great psychological and financial pressure. For over 2 years now, there's been no compensation or resettlement, only forced evictions. Behind slogans like urban renewal lie hidden motives which are tied to a Zionist broader geopolitical agendas. We're yet suffering from homelessness for 2 years. They told us that we'll get compensation in 3 months, and now we're yet homeless. Families are separated. Their home furniture are left in garages and they rent in tiny houses. What began as isolated events has become a crisis of trust, and the citizens feel silenced under a regime of broken promises where basic rights are denied and dissent is crushed.
And we wrap up our edition with football news as our national team held on Monday its last training session in Stockholm ahead of their second friendly game against Sweden this Tuesday. A session during which the coaching staff made the final adjustments and fine-tuned the starting lineup to test tactical plans and strategies that the national head coach Vladimir Petkovic may rely on in the upcoming official competitions. That was it for today's news. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.